love it when I get tips and tricks from you guys out there, the viewers. Believe it or not, while I like to think that I know everything, I don't. And I'm always willing to hear new ideas for new ways of doing things. And one of the things that I had heard a lot from people who loved my Russian leaves video, that's actually been a very popular video, is that a lot of people wanted to wear them as earrings, but over time those Russian leaves, actually pretty quickly over time, they get floppy. So no matter how much tension you use when you actually create them, they do become floppy, and so they just kind of hang as an earring, and they're not that people were looking for a way to stiffen up the Russian leaf. The traditional thing that people tell you to use when stiffening up any kind of beadwork is a floor wax. And I have to admit, I have not ever had really great success with the floor wax technique. Some people do. I never did. I never really liked it too much. I felt like it scratched too easily. It wasn't a favorite technique of mine. So actually, Terry Holscher, who is a viewer, she is a student of mine. I met her in person recently at the Arkansas Bead Retreat, and she and I interact quite a bit on Facebook. So she gave me this tip on a product that she found that she loves for stiffening up the earrings. And so I went ahead and bought it and used it myself and did a little research into the product, and it's wonderful. The product is this. It is called Protect-A-Clear by Everbright. And it's actually used in the jewelry industry as well as other industries to coat on mainly on metal. And so, for instance, if you have something that's copper and you want it to stay that bright copper color as opposed to kind of mellowing down into that dark copper patina, then you can coat it with this Everbright and it will stay that bright copper color. So they also use it in industrial uses to keep things from corroding and that kind of thing. Turns out it is super great to also stiffen Russian leaves. So who knew? So you're going to need a couple of very high-tech tools here to make this happen. Number one is the Protect-A-Clear. I am not going to sell this on my web store, and the reason is because this is a chemical and it adds all sorts of complexity into the shipping of your orders if I have a chemical like this. So down in the comments, the video description below, if you're on a mobile device, you're going to need to click to open up that screen, so it'll open up all the comments and the description, and I will put a link in there where you can buy this. So you'll need the Protect-A-Clear, and when it comes with a little foam brush, which actually for the Russian leaves I did not use. And they're so nice, they even included plastic gloves. Now, because I'm not going to come in contact with the Protect-A-Clear at all, I'm not even going to bother with the gloves, because here was my technique for making this work. Let me get this out of the way here. I'm using a paper clip. I'm going to have you kind of come down here so I can show you. I used a large size paper clip and I just opened it up, and I'm going to use this to hook the leaf right on the center of the leaf there, and then I'm going to be able to dip this into the Protect-A-Clear, okay? And then the other high-tech tool you'll see here is this. It's a plastic spoon. And so this is something for you to lay that leaf on. We're going to turn it like this and lay the leaf on the spoon, and it'll help make that concave shape that we want the leaf to have as it's drying. How cool is that? So here's the difference. These are two leaves that I made at the same time, so one right after another. This one is the one that has not been done with Protect-A-Clear. You can see how it moves really easily. It's kind of trying to fold in on itself. This one has been dipped in Protect-A-Clear. I've let this dry for about a day, and it is, I know it's hard to tell because you're not feeling this, but this is completely solid here. It still shines beautifully. There's nothing that has dripped off of it. I could probably fold this and kind of crack the coating if I wanted to. Of course, I don't want to do that. So as long as I don't get crazy with it, it is perfectly stiff, and it is going to hold its shape as an earring incredibly beautifully. So let's make the other one do that too. When you get the Protect-A-Clear, This one I have opened the inside already, but it comes with a little metal metal partition here, and it says cut to open. I'm going to close this now that I've shown that to you because there is some odor here. I don't want to gas myself, but it says cut to open on it, and I'm like, okay, great, really? Because it's kind of a heavy metal, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do here? And so YouTube is fabulous, and so I went out on YouTube, and turns out there's a video that shows you how to break into it. And all I did was I took a large screwdriver and a hammer and knocked the screwdriver in through the metal piece, divot here, or not divot, disc that was on top here, and then you can just kind of pry that top off. So there's, if you just, I think I Googled how to open Everclear, and there was a video. So I'll have a link to that video also in the description field. So once you get in, then you've got no problem. And here I'm taking my little hanger, and all I'm going to do is just dip this in, and I kind of wiggle it around, try to make sure that it's getting in between those beads and everything. And then I'm just going to let it drip off. Won't take long. And if you want to, what you can also do, I have a paper towel here for a reason. You can also, if it's still kind of dripping, just dab just a little bit there on the end to get any extra off. And then here I go. I'm going to put it on the spoon like so. And I can even do that. And if I wanted to do any further shaping, then I would have the gloves on and I could actually maneuver this a little bit. But I think just letting it sit here and dry like this, it will dry to the touch in about 45 minutes. They suggest that you wait about 24 hours for a full cure dry. So this one actually hasn't even been done for a full 24 hours. It's been about, I would say, 18 hours. And so then this one in another 45 minutes will be dry to the touch. And it is a fabulous product that I can see myself using a lot. I can anticipate some questions here about, for instance, can I use it on a project if I've used crystals? Honestly, I don't know why you couldn't. Like I said, it dries completely clear. It didn't dull any of the sparkle of the beads. But to a certain extent, because this is a new product to me, you're going to have to test it and find out. So what I would suggest doing is if there's a particular bead that you're unsure of how it's going to interact with the Protect-A-Clear, this is a 4-ounce can. This is going to go a long way in protecting any of your jewelry and stiffening any of your jewelry. So, you know, if you're unsure about a crystal, take a crystal, just a single crystal, dip it, see what happens after it dries. And I think that's a perfectly, you know, we all have to test things. And so test it with the beads that you're interested in too. But I think it's wonderful for these Russian leaves, and thank you very much, Terry Holscher, for letting me share this information with all you guys out there. I hope this makes you guys able to wear a lot of really cool Russian leaf earrings. I'm going to be looking for you guys out there wearing those earrings. Yes, I am.